So anyway, I just finished my first routine in months, and I did leg workout, and since it's been a long layoff, I haven't really done much of anything except for some stretching. I kept it really simple and just really did 4 movements: a leg extension, a leg curl, a leg press, and a calf raise. And then just to add a little bit of intensity, I did leg raises in between each double movement. So in other words, I did an extension and a curl, leg raise, leg press, calf raise, leg raise. So it was just a way of like I said, ramping up the intensity and kind of getting some ab work in that is really difficult to fit in otherwise. So I basically just to keep this as brief as possible, just videotape the movements. So what I'll do is I'll basically show those and kind of walk through those and give you a rough idea of how this all went. Hopefully this is the beginning of a new year with possibly some kind of show or contest on the horizon. Who knows? I mean, I never know till the last minute. So anyway, here's the movements, and like I said, simple routine. This one's good for just getting back into some kind of rhythm after a long break, which I've had, and I usually like to start with the most difficult or the most strenuous body part, which would be your whole lower half, your legs. So anyway, enjoy. Thanks.
Okay, so like I had said initially, this was a really simple routine. Kind of covers all the bases, and I started out with leg extension. I could have started out with a curl. I could have started out with a press. It really doesn't make any difference. And to be honest, you should probably switch it up every so often anyway. Sometimes I like to start with the press, and it enables me when I'm doing multiple sets like I'm doing here, without much rest, to be able to give the press movement the opportunity to be the strongest movement of this set. In other words, I'm fresh, so I can push a little bit more weight, possibly with cleaner form. I don't really ever talk that much about set rep counts. I know I've mentioned it, but I typically like to do sets because I do a progressive resistance type routine. So in other words, I'm adding weight each time I move on to another set. So I like to just do whatever it is to failure. On this particular thing, you see that I'm doing one leg at a time on the press, because unilateral movements are your best friend. If you want balance in your physique, your best bet is anything and everything you can do with weight that splits the work evenly between two parts that you're working. So arms with dumbbells, legs with unilateral presses and extensions and curls, when it's possible. I mean, there are pieces of equipment. Hammer Strength makes equipment that's unilateral in function, but only really the best gyms tend to have that kind of specialized equipment. But anyway, finish this thing with the calf raises. It's always good to include the body part that you work the least in as many routines as you can. So finish with the calf raises, and that's it. Pretty good, simple routine. Good for beginners. Good for people getting back into it like I am.